Hey students, welcome to video lecture. I welcome all first year students. I wish all the best for your 3 years degree course. I hope all of you have taken down the syllabus of first semester English. To start with, let me familiarize you with the syllabus. For your first semester, you have prose as well as poetry and grammar and composition. You have 8 units which include 2 poetry. They consist of short stories, essays, poems, etc., which have themes like social and cultural relevance. The aim of the text is to cultivate reading and writing habit in students and also to develop students' critical and creative thinking. Dear students, these units help you to improve your communication skills and grip over the language and also instill human values. Let us start with the first unit of your text. The first unit is a short story. The name of the short story is The Last Leaf, written by O. Henry. Of the session. So this short story is divided into number of sessions. This is the first session on the short story The Last Leaf. The contents of this session: recapitulation of previous knowledge, when we will be learning some of the previous knowledge thinking required to understand the story The Last Leaf, learning objectives, session outcome, introduction to lesson, introduction to author, multiple choice questions. Previous knowledge. What is to be cured, the body or the mind? So this story is related to understanding of our mind and our body. So here the author is asking, when we'll pose the question to answers, what has to be cured first? Is it the mind or the body? Definitely, it is the mind which has to be cured first. Then the body gets cured itself. And one more complicated statement: head or the heart, which has to be cured first? Uh, Both head and heart has to be cured. So if we have trouble in our head, if we are not happy from our heart, our mind will not work properly. If we are stressed, it means that we are not happy from the heart. So it is the head and the heart which has to be happy and pleasant, peaceful, and then all our worries will go. Is literature a mirror to life? Definitely, literature is a mirror to life. Uh, you have read a number of stories and moral stories, many lessons. They actually, had shown you the life. Is art significant in human lives? Here, art means drawing. Drawing and arts, in the sense it could be any art uh, that we own as a skill. uh, Drawing could be an art, or singing could be an art. So here in the lesson, art is drawing. Generally, art means it could be anything, any skill that we have. Do you believe in miracles? Share your experiences. Most of the time we won't believe, but sometimes situations tend to make us believe. When surprising things happening around us, without any reason, some things would have happened. Maybe in our own circle or in our friend circle, like somebody getting cured of some illness, or somebody would say, almost becoming good person, or um, people coming over their bad lucks. All these are the miracles happening. Learning objectives. The learning objectives of the short story: to acquaint with short story as a literary genre. Literary genre. Genre means it is a form of writing. A poem could be one of the genres of writing. Story could be one of the genres of writing. Drama could be one of the genres of writing. To develop interest for story reading. It is to develop interest for story reading. Better develop their functional writing skills. So reading a lot improves functional writing. I mean your creative writing. To display experience writing creatively in the medium of the short story. Now, when you read stories like this, the stories like the Last Leaf, you'll actually catch how a short story can be written to enlarge the imaginative power of the students. So, stories like this will actually improve the imaginative level of the students, expand interest for the language learning. So, the new vocabulary and very standardized way of talking, and very apt sentences, witty language, I mean very humorous language. All this help to develop the interest in language learning. Comes at the end of the session, students, you are able to read, understand, and appreciate the range of text, recognize the elements of the story, develop their functional writing skills, and write creatively in the medium of short story, appreciate the relation between life and art. So you will understand the difference between life and art, and then you will appreciate the relationship between these two, life and art. In our lives, if we consider each one of us have our own life, so definitely each one of us will have something special to us, some special art in us. Analyze a variety of short fiction at college level. So you are able to understand many short stories or short fiction at your own college level. Upon completion, students will be able to recognize the elements of a short story. So after you read a story, after you read a story completely, you are able to understand what elements the story has. Improve vocabulary, word power, and fortify linguistic skills. So you'll improve your vocabulary, I mean list of words that you have to talk or to write, or word power that you have, and fortify. I mean you come forward to use varieties of linguistic ways. Into lesson. An endeavor to understand short story as a literary genre. So here we understand short story as a literary genre. I was talking literary genre means genre is one of the form of writing. It could be a poetry, or a poem, or a short story, a drama, or anything. Importance of positive attitude in life. So this, after reading this, or when we are reading the short story, we will understand the importance of being positive. Importance of being positive, and always be confident, and then having a positive outlook towards our life, or always being very optimistic. Life and nature are synonymous. So we understand life and nature are synonymous. Life and nature. In nature we have life. In that way they are synonymous. Highlights the themes of selflessness and the supreme sacrifice of self to save the life of another human being. It also explored the loyalties of a true friendship. So in this story we understand selflessness. I mean, uh, you for the sake of others you will give up everything. That's what selflessness and the supreme sacrifice. You sacrifice completely yourself for the sake of others, and the loyalty of a true friendship. I mean the the true friendship or the truthfulness of a friendship we find in the story. Mother Nature as a teacher or a healer. I mean, nature as a mother, or Mother Nature as a teacher or healer. I mean, it teaches us many things. It teaches us life. Through the nature, we learn how many creatures or many living beings are, continually living on the earth, and they, I mean, it is a mirror to us. Nature is a mirror to our life, and it is a healer to our worries or our problems. This is the title, The Last Leaf. That yellow color, the yellow leaf that is shown here is the last leaf, uh, which remains in the creeper, written by O. Henry. It is a short story. Of short story. Short stories. A short story is a piece of prose fiction that typically can be read in one sitting and focuses on a self-contained incident or series of linked incidents with the intent of evoking a single effect or mood. So it can be read in one sitting and focuses on a self-contained incident or a series of linked incidents, self-contained and series of linked incidents. So it will have incident linked one with the other, and it will have a single effect. For example, in this story we have a kind of a detachment or moving away from the life. With one of the character in the story, we see uh, the girl, she moves away from the life. She feels completely hopeless in the life, or mood, very when having a very negative outlook towards life. About the author, O. Henry, William Sidney Porter, born on 1862, and he was there till 1910. He was an American short story writer. His pen name is O. Henry. So he is an American short story writer. His pen name is O. Henry. While in prison, began writing short stories in order to support his daughter Margaret. So while he was in prison, he had started to write short stories. His first published story, Whistling Dick's Christmas Stocking, published in 1899. He has written nearly 600 short stories. His stories have themes of which are witty or humorous, very amusing stories, and they'll have very surprise endings, unexpected endings, like the one that we have, The Last Leaf. Warm characterization of awkward and difficult situations. Warm means very pleasant characterization of awkward. Awkward means unpleasant, or you know, something which is not good to think about, or something which is unacceptable. I mean, it's not unacceptable. Something which is unfavorable or difficult situations. So he has the ability to give us in a very interesting way. He has the ability to put the things in a very interesting way, even if they are awkward or unpleasant. Translation. Let us recall whatever we have learned in the session. Short story is a literary genre. This short story is written by William Sidney Porter, 1862 to 1910. American short story writer. His pen name. Pen name is what to say. His pen name, as we say in Kannada, Ankitanama. Ankitanama means or whatever we write, it takes the name. Okay, or we give some name that we like. So he had given the name to his writings as O. Henry. O. Henry wrote nearly 600 stories about life in America for wit, wordplay, and clever twist endings. He was known for that. Wit means humorous or very amusing, and wordplay of when using words in a very intelligent way, and clever twists. We find the stories, surprise endings and twists and turns in the story, unexpected events taking place. And the stories have psychosomatic problems dealt with, and which could be cured with the psychological aspect of the patient, like the one that we, when if we have any disease to our mind and body, or it has to be cured psychologically. Psychosomatic means mind and body, a disease which have come from mind to the body. So it can be cured psychologically. Empathetic understanding of human relations. So uh, the story realizes us to understand human relations in a very empathetically, not just you show some kind of sympathy on people. It is not sympathy. We need empathy towards each other. Sacrifice for the sake of others betterment. So uh, we understand the real meaning of the sacrifice for the betterment of the people around us. Multiple choice questions. First one, let us understand, recall whatever we have learned till now, and then answer these questions. What was O. Henry a pseudonym for? George Bernard Shaw, William Sidney Porter, Elijah Jackson Whitney, Oswald Douglas Henry. Answer is William. Uh, Second question. What were O. Henry's short stories best known for? Unusual names, crude jokes, ironic plot twist endings, relating real events. They are known for ironic endings. I mean, ironic means something which is indirectly told or ವ್ಯಂಗ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳುವುದು ಅಂತದರ ಅರ್ಥ. Ironic plot twists or endings. These are the references used for the session. Thank you.